Guys, it's BattleCast time. Let's do this. All right. Today we got another video from Nazgum. Shout out Nazgum. And this one is called Friday Night on Mume. It's a Sunday, but who cares? All right, let's do this. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we got some production value right off the bat. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We got someone named Vibes. Very cool. And doing home. All right. So he's on a light side character. This is around Brawl right now. And he's got a very good set of equipment. There's 3 of them. Okay. Generally speaking, you can't always tell this is the case, but generally speaking, elves tend to be casters, dwarves tend to be warriors, men can really be anything, oftentimes, though they're some sort of warrior. Elves sometimes can be also thieves as well, and this all just very much is a generality. Anyone can really be anything. But I'm expecting here... All right, so hold on a second. So they are in... this looks like Hidden Camp, which is just northwest of Brawl, very close to Rivendell. This is a hotspot of PK. As mentioned in multiple other videos, most of the PK hotspots are places that you can block in somebody, right? And force them not to leave, and that's how you get these fights that end in a duel to the death. All right, so right now we got this orc here, and he's got the huge black mace, so this is definitely a well-kitted orc. I would assume that if he's entering Hidden Camp with them, then he's got backup. There's no way that it's just him, so... but right now, it is just him. So, they are blocking one orc in right now. I would assume, and it looks like he is, well, it doesn't look like he's opening the rock, so he's trying to get out. But there's a good chance this is a portable area. There's a very good chance that someone else could portal in on them, or, I don't know, we'll see if the block goes through. The block does go through, so there's just one orc in with 3 light side characters. This is definitely a... Oh, so Vibes fled out, so it's a 2v1. Even so, this is in Mume, numbers matter. Numbers matter. So if you are a 2v1, you are heavily favored to win that. I mean, it's just like any game, right? And so he's calling the Light of Elbereth down on this orc. That means he's some sort of cleric. Yeah, I don't think this orc is long for this world. So we shall see how this goes. Zoishie or whatever, Zoishie, Zoi. I don't even know. My mouth is not working reading that name. Looks to be some sort of warrior. He's using a bastard sword, which is a piece of not a very good sword. But they are toasting this guy because I mean he can't do anything, right? This doesn't require a lot of explanation. Basically, when you've got a 2v1 like this, your warrior falls around, hits them, the caster stays in the back and nukes him down. And that's exactly what happened there. Poor guy. It happens. And he lost the huge black mace. No! So when someone says blur, it means that the block wears off, and now the door is now usable again. And this is going to occur naturally after some time, but this is way too soon. That means that someone bashed it or broke it. Now we've got 2 more orcs in. So Vibes is in now as well. So now they've got 3 people in versus 2. Now, to be fair, the pukes, puke is sometimes the way that light side characters are referred to, sometimes by dark sides. The light side characters are a little bit low from having burnt all their mana on that orc, but this is still, I would say, very much favored. If it's still a 2v3 in here, it's still favored for the light side. So we'll see how this goes. So they're still in here. This is what's called door spam right now. So the orc is on the inside. Oh, whoa. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Things just got real interesting. I'm glad I paused right there. Okay, so the orc is on the inside, and there was a whole bunch of people closing the exit, right? The idea is that they want to... closing and opening the exit is basically instant, right? So the orc was trying to flee out, or in this case, maybe he was trying to get these other orcs in. So he was spam opening the exit, and their goal was to try to keep them out / not let him escape. So they're spam closing it, right? Ideally, you're going to spam close or spam open, right? But if you're trying to trap, you spam close until the person is CC'd and they can't actually open the door anymore, and that's when you block the door. Because you can't block a door while it's opening and closing rapidly. But anyway, let's get back to the log here. So right now there are, I think, still 3 light side characters in, but now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 evil side characters in right now. So now the evil side has an advantage. We'll see how this goes. Light side should be trying to get out. Ugaluk bashes Nazgum, right? As we mentioned in previous videos, the dark side character, well, both sides should be calling out a target right now. Vibes, they're coordinating. They're saying, hey, we should get out. Right here, you got this twisted rock fragment. When a door is blocked or locked or you can't get through it, you can use these consumables called rocks, where you throw it at the door and it basically causes an explosion, and kind of like how Saruman did it in the Two Towers, and it'll make it so that the door blurs, like we talked about earlier, and opens up. So it looks like they are trapped in right now, so they're trying to rock the exit to get out of it. Let's see if they're successful or not. It looks like they are, because now they're outside of the we call it the hidden camp. So ooh, I like the title cards here. Okay. Okay, so they probably spammed around and not a whole lot happened. Oftentimes, if you're not in a closable like hidden camp, there's not a lot of kill pressure, potentially. Looks like his reinforcements are coming. So usually in this scenario, there'll be a lot of kind of dancing in and around these. Oh, wow. So they got 4 light side characters versus perhaps the 4 dark side characters. But there's a lot of dancing around the... Okay, so now they're back in hidden camp. We got 1 orc that's in it, and he's trying to flee around, and he's trying to get out. They're trying to block the door. So right here... Oh, they do land the block. They do land the block. The orc is stuck in here. 4v... Well, I guess it's technically 3v1. But then they've also have all these lionesses, which are charmies that we talked about in a previous video. They're just creatures that are under the control of the light side character right now. Yeah, this orc is just completely dead. Right now, Nazgum is talking about he's guarding the block. Basically, he blocked the door. Actually, he wasn't the one that blocked the door. The other person blocked the door. So this is actually probably not going to work as well as he's hoping. I think Vibes was the one that blocked the door. But the further away you are from the door that you blocked, the weaker your block is, and it makes it easier for people to bash the door. So oftentimes, if you think that someone's trying to bash the door to try to help someone escape, you'll guard the block. You're going to go stand right next to it and not engage anything. So now they are beating down this orc. Yeah, he's wounded. I mean, this is one of those scenarios where he's got absolutely no chance. Like there's nothing you can do as the orc here. Absolutely nothing. He's just toast. Once you're in here, you are done. It's kind of a side tangent. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, here we go. So right here, you're going to see the text, an orc has arrived. And it, not yet. Where was it? Right here, boom. An orc has suddenly arrived, okay? This means that they have portaled in, or someone portaled into this hidden camp now, and now reinforcements are going to come in, right? So basically means they step through the portal, and now they're in. And now this is going to probably turn into a big fight. I didn't see there's usually like a fizzing, like the air crackles and whatever, and it tells you the portal's coming. I didn't see that in the spam. But that's part of the skill of Mume, is like trying to see what's actually happening in the spam. Anyway, so we got 1 orc in. I would wager there's probably more orcs coming. But Muruk is already pretty low. The other orc is wounded. Okay, now we got a whole crew in here. We've got Ugaluk, we got another orc, we got Azul. So this is a bit of a 4v4. They're starting a little bit down, so this must be the orc that they killed earlier with the huge black mace. They must have left his equipment. So now it is a 4v4. The orcs are a little bit down right now, so we will see how this goes. Kamaruka is starting pretty low. And, all right, so Azul seems to be a shaman because he's casting. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 orcs in, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus charmies. So this is a relatively even fight. Relatively even. The charmies make it a little bit better for the light side characters, but they're also kind of weak charmies, so they're not. It's not like you had like huge stone giants or mountain trolls or something. The orcs are starting a little bit low on hit points. Really, this could go very much either way. It really just this would be a good example of, with really good play, the orcs can win, and with good play, the light side characters can win. This is definitely the more characters you add. Oh, and now there's a Black Numenorian involved. I should have mentioned that earlier. Orcs cannot cast portal, which means that if there's another player, if orcs are entering through a portal, that means there must be a Black Numenorian around who casts that spell. Now this is definitely probably dark side favored. But again, the more characters you throw into a battle, this is why I wish there were more big battles. The more characters you throw into a battle, the more it's really hard to figure out. Like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, they've just won, right? You know, a 4v1, the one we just saw earlier, he's just dead. He's just dead. There's nothing you can do about it, right? In this scenario, you know, who knows? Someone might just totally mess up and freak out and panic, and then they'll lose, right? But it really could go either way. And that's the beauty of having a lot of people involved. So, light side characters, it looks like they're trying to actually fight here. Let's see. All right, hold on a second. Someone was trying to rock, and I saw a blur. Light side characters probably should definitely be trying to get out at this point. You could fight, but I think they are probably on the losing side. So maybe they tried rocking again. Did I go too far back? I did go a little too far back. Well, it doesn't matter because they got out. Hold on a second. We will watch it. I think someone rocked the door again. So they're starting to recite these scrolls, because you got to recite scrolls in a fight. That's what else are you going to do? And let's see if we can see it in spam. I think I missed it. People reciting purples. Where's the rock? All right. Anyway, they made it out. Let's see here. I assume we're going to have another little title card and pause before they reconnect. Now there's reinforcements for the light side characters, though. This could be a giant, like, 6v6. It looks like they went out the top side of the hidden camp. Oftentimes in these fights, things get very spammy, and it's hard to keep your moves up, so you can go low on moves. Now they are trying to break the door from the outside to let their friends who are on the inside in. Here's a good example. He grabs a rock from his backpack and he throws it against the in this case the exit's name is also a rock, and it explodes. And now they're able to get out, hopefully, right? And now it's going to turn into a door spamming exercise, right? Which is, again, part of the deal, right? So now the rock is not glued shut or whatever block door does. It makes it so that it can be opened, right? So all the evil side characters on the inside don't want the light side characters escaping, so they're spamming close exit, and all the people on this side are spamming open exit, right? And then it turns into this big spam battle. Looks like they got out of it, though, because we got a title card. So here we go, round 3. All right, we got 4 orcs. 4 orcs and at least 2 light side characters. And they are in the ancient broken road area near Osbert. A lot of little fights here. Let's see what the game plan is. And so it looks like they've got quite a few reinforcements of their own hanging around. Oftentimes in a fight, you will not show your full strength in the early stages. You'll kind of, have 2 or 3 characters and maybe a couple of characters in the wings waiting to join the fight if need be, or just ready to trap or whatever. Right? There's a million tactics you can use in Mume PK. Let's see. Right now they are getting their potions mixed up so that they are ready for a fight. It's always good to make sure that you're trying to kind of maxed out, ready to go in case things hit the fan. All right, so we got a whole lot of evil characters, and I don't expect, and so everyone's just kind of shooting at each other. Whoa! All right, so usually like I mentioned earlier, you're not going to run into a scenario where people are going to die out in the open, right? But this is one of those examples where that does happen, okay? This orc gets wrecked, okay? And one of the ways this happens is you nuke someone down. You basically use spells, or you hit them really hard and you just kill them so fast that they don't have time to react. So that's exactly what happened here. They walk in, the orcs walk in, and this orc might have eaten a bash or something. So oftentimes what will happen is you will try to bash a target, and then you're going to narrate or tell the group that this target is bashed, and everyone's going to target, and they're going to try to kill him as fast as possible before he recovers from the CC. Just like, again, any other kind of fighting game. So they are all casting their spells on this orc, and the orc gets wrecked. But Zuxia eats a Zoishi. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. Zaishe, whatever. He eats a bash now, which means the orcs or the evil characters might now be trying to nuke him down. So we'll see if he survives this one. If you're in a scenario where one of your teammates is bashed and is about to eat a whole lot of damage, your primary goal should be to try to interrupt all the spells that will be coming his way. So that means casting small spells at the enemy spellcasters or just physically hitting them. Okay, so here we go. Another fight. We're in the Bruiser area. Nice. Nice. Bruiser, one of the best mobs ever designed. I don't know why I'd say that, but anyway. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? All right, so they're around the prison, and they are having a little fight here. It looks like we got 3 of the evil side characters and at least 2 of the light side characters. It looks like 3 of the light side characters. This is a light side zone, or like part of the zone, so it's a little harder. Oh, so we got more than 3 dark side characters here, I think. So they are kind of fighting in this closable again. So we got several, at least, so we got Black Numenorian and Orc that are in this room right now. And their goal is to trap them in this room so that we've got these light side mobs. I think they're going to try to spam close these dark side characters in this room. Unless the dark side characters have a lot of, so they're well, no, it's the other way around. The dark side characters are trying to spam close the door. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to trap the light side characters here. Sometimes, this happens sometimes when you're fighting, is you're trying to trap someone, so you're spam closing, and then the tides turn, and you need to get out, and then you got to spam open and undo everything you just did. And it's sometimes hard to keep track of if you're supposed to be opening and closing. I've definitely been part of this scenario where, like, you're like, everyone's like, oh, close, and then everything's going haywire, and you're like, oh no, open, and then, like, your teammates are still closing, and it's chaos. Anyway, so people are still running around. This looks a little disorganized. So right now the dark side characters outnumber the light side characters. So both sides are trying to just get unequal numbers in the this room, and then they can kill whoever is in the room that they are outnumbering, right? So right now they found Arosh in here, and he was outnumbered by them, so they were spam closing. His compatriots are on the outside. They're spam opening. They're going to kill him, and then they're going to not want to stay in here, right? Most likely, right? So now all the, at least one orc enters, but he dies. Let's see if the other orcs enter. I assume they will. But now he's in there by himself, so he wants to get out, right? So they were spam closing, spam opening. Wow, they have a lot of them. I'm surprised they're not all in there. I don't think this room is that hard. Yeah, so now they're in there. And so now he's going to want to get out, and they're going to want to keep him in. So turns into a bash battle. These always get a little bit confusing, right? Because you have to be calling out what target you're going for. You have to make sure you're trying to use your spells, but you're also going to be interrupted because everyone's hitting everybody. Now he's getting targeted here. So it's all right. So the light side characters have blocked the dark side characters in. There's only 2 dark side characters in now, though, and 3 light side characters. So this is very much light side. What do you call it? Favored. On the dark side here, I don't know why the other 7 dark side characters didn't enter here, but they didn't. As a dark side character here, Leslie, if he has them, should be dropping quakes. This is the only way that you're going to win this, really. Just start dropping quakes. Don't let them cast. Don't let them. You're probably going to die, but take everybody with you. That's pretty much should be your goal, because you got a bear in here. You got evil or light side mobs. You're outnumbered. You're going to die. And yeah, they're just taking out the orc. The orc's going to die, and then Leslie's going to die. There we go. Yeah, and now, did the man already die, or did he flee out? I guess he fled out. Wait, no, he didn't, because they just blurred. Where did his corpse go? Keeping up with the spam. All right, so we got one more in here. And now they're going to try spam closing the door on him again, just like we saw earlier. All right, he fled out. Good. No, I don't see the man corpse. Am I blind? Where'd he go? Anyway, so so he narrates bash. That means that they're going to try to nuke down whoever's bashed. So he goes north, and he's trying to nuke the orc who is bashed. Looks like they didn't quite get him yet, but maybe they will. All right, they go back to Brog. They got a kill. Wonderful. They got 2 kills, actually, looks like. Let's see what round 3 looks like here. Back to Brawl. There's a lot of fighting. All right. So back in the Brawl area, and it looks like they're outside, which means that there's not probably not a lot of kill threat, but people have been getting, we call it whiz killed when you're just killed in the open because you die in one bash or whatever. We call it whiz killed. People have been getting whiz killed a lot here. So you never know. Maybe you get unlucky, you fail a flea, and you are dead because you eat 3 dispels or 4 dispels. Let's see. So they are syncing up before doing something. Okay, so now we're going to have a huge battle. This is going to be spammy as hell. They're also outside. So this is going to be a scenario where they're just going to try to, again, you're probably not going to kill everyone here, but your goal is to try to pick off one person. The dark side characters and the light side characters, their goal is kind of just trying to pick off one person who's weak. And there's not going to be a lot. This is going to be very messy. It's going to be very messy, kind of like what we've seen this whole time, right? Where it's a lot of good play and you have to make your own decisions stuff. Ooh, actually, so the dark side characters got stuck in roots. Okay, this is huge. They're stuck in roots, which means that now they are trapped. They are probably going to die unless someone kills the roots or uses a horn on the roots, or they kill each other. If you get stuck in roots, you are locked into that room now. And so now they're just trying to nuke these orcs down, and I assume they're going to die. Yep, there goes one of them. And I think this orc is going to die as well. Yeah, roots are a dangerous thing to fight around. If you ever are fighting around roots, you can use them to your advantage, but you have to be very wary that they are there. So that means that even fighting a lot of these orcs are not wanting to stand even a room next to the roots, because if they get fled and they flee into the room with the roots, then they're going to get trapped by the roots, right? But we got a whole lot of shenanigans here. If you are in a scenario where you are trapped by roots, everybody should immediately dogpile the roots and try to kill them. They don't have a lot of hit points, so you can kill them very fast, right? But you want your group mates to have the presence of mind to immediately kill the roots, and then hopefully people will survive. Okay, so more just kind of everybody's smashing into each other. It looks like the light side characters have the advantage here because the dark side characters are all kind of coming in piecemeal, one at a time, which is usually a sign that they are weaker. Generally speaking, if you are doing group tactics and group fighting, everybody wants to be moving as a unit as much as possible. The more everyone's doing their own independent thing, you are going to be weaker. Because you're not going to hit as hard. Oh, Leslie's about to die here. You're not going to hit as hard, and you're not going to have coordination with like bashes and nukes and stuff. The only reason why you would want to scatter is if someone drops quakes, right? Which is going to be an area of effect spell, and then everyone needs to not stand and eat all of that, which means that everyone doesn't need to have the presence of mind of kind of doing their own thing. So it creates this very complex balance of how to play in these scenarios. But right now, one of the reasons that the light side characters seem so strong and they're winning a lot of these is they're just sticking together in a group, and that leads to a lot more power. That, and they have more numbers, etc. in several of these places. And it looks like that's that. So lots of good kills there. Lots of good kills. What a this sounds like a good Friday night. I would be going to sleep very happy after that. But thank you, Nazgum, again. Hopefully people learned a couple tips and tricks there. This is a good example of just like sometimes there's a lot of spam and it's hard to navigate sometimes. Understanding what's supposed to happen, like kind of like a lot of those doors fights that we saw earlier. Oftentimes the situation changes very quickly, and you have to realize the situation changed, and so that you can start changing what you're supposed to be doing. Because oftentimes you can end up killing yourself or the group depending on what you're doing, right? And also just being aware of your surroundings, stuff like roots and whatnot can really turn the tides of a fight very quickly if you're not paying attention. But anyway. Excellent fighting on both sides. The more bloodthirsty, the better. Huge shout out both to the light side characters and the dark side characters for keeping the war bloody. Great job, everybody involved, and I will see you guys next time.